Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello people and welcome to Footy Judgment. Welcome to your Footy debate on Tuesday where Inter play later, Man City play with a lot of injuries, and also Arsenal play. They have to win against Sporting Lisbon. Eucharist. I have someone tell me that they are scared of Eucharist against Saliba and Gabriel today. However, there is I actually invited Jordz today for one reason. I actually wanted to talk about Kulusevski and the form. And what are the chances of Tottenham Hotspur actually making top four with freaking Newcastle bottling every chance they're getting from every other club? And also we'll talk about Cole Palmer. When was the last time Cole Palmer had a good game? That's apart from Newcastle, he scored a goal or something. When was the last time Cole Palmer had a good game? That is a topic that people actually, we had this argument yesterday or 2 days ago on the channel. Of course, and Man City injuries and Pep Guardiola insisting on playing the same formation. And people are saying Man City are in a top four race, which is fucking crazy, actually. But listen, all these guys' channels are in the description. Ashraf shoots the ball. Vator Games, who's going live after this. Husam is going to be joining us momentarily. And Durag Harris in the description as well. Jordz, who have been lately doing streams every day, which is kind of astonishing. It's actually great that he's.
He knows, man. He knows. It's how do you get called the lazy one?
I am subscribed, so
that's what a win. That's what a win like that versus City will do.
Facts for you. Facts. It's giving me a reason to stream, man.
Actually, yeah, absolutely. Listen, hit the like button, guys, if you're here now. Let's get to 100 likes right off the bat. And if you're watching this on the replay, like the video before you go on and enjoy the video. I know a lot of you watching the replays. I think we have to start with Cole Palmer. Since we have David here. What happened? A lot of people told me that Cole Palmer, I am convinced that Cole Palmer is one of the best players in the league. But Maresca is not utilizing the guy. He is Joao Felix playing in the 10, Enzo Fernandez playing in the 10. Is Maresca misusing Cole Palmer? When was the last time Cole Palmer had a good game? Can someone remember? You're muted. You're muted. Same as your guy against Liverpool.
He played well on Saturday. The only reason why it doesn't pop up on the stat sheet is because Madueke blocked it on the line. That's literally it. I don't know why.
You think Cole Palmer had a good game?
I think again, was it a 10-10 Cole Palmer performance? No. Up
to his standards, was it a good game? You see what? I never said he was terrible. It never came out of my mouth.
No. Terrible. No, I'm just saying. For Cole Palmer.
Okay, I get it now. We're patting Cole Palmer in the back, and we're saying he's young, he's still new.
No. If Cole Palmer,
We're not having the same thing for the Sakas and the Fodens. It's like, is that what we're doing?
If I say that game's a Cole Palmer 5 out of 10, then loads of people are dropping 2s and 3s weekly in the league. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, if we're gonna change the factors because he's a better player, cool, do that.
He's amazing, bro. He's absolutely fantastic.
Cole Palmer had a Cole Palmer 5 out of 10, but I don't want people to
Thank you. That is the point.
Palmer 5 out of 10 is not a 5 out of 10 in the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Like for Cole Palmer right now is not playing up to the level last year when he was carrying us through every single game. Like, he's not playing up to that level, but he's still playing well.
Okay. Here's the thing. Okay, can I just present the argument here? People think I'm having an agenda against Palmer. Actually, I am actually against that. I want Cole Palmer to actually be the best player on the pitch. You know Odegaard for Arsenal. You know Kulusevski now. Kevin De Bruyne for Man City. You know the guy that things go through him. Salah. The problem with me, David, is that I am a believer in Cole Palmer talent. I want Maresca to have this guy, not Cole Palmer FC in terms of GA, but to be the catalyst, the guy in the middle, the things go through him. I don't want to see Lavia, I don't want to see Caicedo, I don't want to see Enzo, I don't want Jackson skipping the guy in the game. I don't want to have 15 minutes when he touches the ball twice or 3. That shouldn't happen from your coach. I'm actually calling out Maresca here, not Palmer. I'm calling out the system that is misusing Palmer, relying on a Joao Felix instead of him. That is my point. People think I have an agenda. It's the other way around. I like Cole Palmer. I want him to star. Sorry, George, go ahead. I'm presenting the argument.
I hear what you're saying, and I agree in saying that I don't think Palmer's been performing that. Like, he's not performing to the level that he was at last season, where he actually controlled games at times. And I suppose everything went through him at Chelsea. I do acknowledge that he's been asked to do a different role under Maresca, and he's not, let's go to Palmer and create something, give the ball to him and he's going to make something happen. That's not the Chelsea that they are this season. So his role is already taken a step back. I do think that, like David said, though, he had a good performance on Saturday. I thought that he played well. They done the job to get themselves 2-0 up. And it was sort of at that point, if you was watching the game, you saw Chelsea were just sort of playing around with Leicester. They were just trying to get another goal. And once you saw what happened with Palmer and Madueke when he played, they were laughing. Like, usually you'd be mad at someone like that, but they were laughing because they knew we've won this game, man. Like, this is just an extra goal and an extra stat on the sheet. I do think it needs to be acknowledge, though, that Cole Palmer, without a goal and an assist in the game, doesn't, like you say, control like Odegaard, like KDB, like a Kulusevski. He doesn't control all phases of play. I feel like he tends to have the majority of his impact in that final third when it's usually the final ball or the shooting at goal. But outside of that, when it comes to building out in that first phase of play, trying to make something happen or trying to bring the team up the pitch, that's not his game, or that's not what we've seen of him so far.
That's not what he's been asked to do. That's not what he's been asked to do. He's not part of the the way Chelsea build up is that we have a 3 and then we've got like a 4 in a box. And Cole Palmer's like the most advanced in that box. So he's not going to be building up play from deep in his own half. That's not what he's been asked to do. And what he's been asked to do, I think he's doing a very, very good job. I think I think so far in the league, the only person who's been clearing away better than him has been Mo Salah. I think that's it. I think that's the only person not clearing away better than him. We can have that argument.
Not clearing away. Yeah. Not clearing away. I agree.
I think Salah is. I think Salah.
Mohamed Salah is a different. Okay, Husam. Mohamed Salah is in a different. We're not involved in Salah in this conversation.
I'm giving Salah prop here. Don't worry, Husam. I'm giving Salah prop. I like Salah. I'm giving him prop. I'm not one of these guys that's like, oh, he doesn't look nice. Who cares?
Better than Hazard.
Nice? He's getting 20 goals, right? He's getting you 20 goals, right? Salah is here. And then you've got like this little group of guys that are like Haaland, Palmer, Saka. These guys who are like good, but like, are they? Hey, Vator, if you're going to sit here and tell me that Haaland's not in that group, he's been playing badly. I'm just kidding.
Based off of this season, you're just saying, okay, current form, current form, Salah's at this form, and everybody.
No, hold on. Haaland is not Mohamed Salah's level. Even at the season when he scored 36 goals, you're not going to sit here and convince me that he's Salah's level.
Yes, I am.
No, he's not.
Mo, why do
Okay,
you have to?
No, he's not.
okay.
No,
We're
he's
gonna
not.
derail this conversation to say
I
that
agree with Mo.
But I'm not-
Haaland-
No, he's not. I'm gonna tell you the
Haaland's first
difference.
season-
Haaland came to Manchester City when Pep literally said, all of you, everyone at this club were servicing this guy to put the ball in the back of the net. Brilliant striker. Amazing. Mohamed Salah came to the Premier League in a team that his coach didn't want him in the beginning. He wanted a different player. So the system was not built around him.
I'm not talking about their journey.
He broke the record from the right side, right? Without anyone servicing the guy, right? So you're not telling me that these two guys are similar. One of them needs people
They're
around
not
him to work.
similar,
You're trying to
Not-
make. You're
in
trying to
terms
make,
of
okay,
one
you're
of
trying to make
them-
a different argument.
but they're in the same class
not
from
the
the last
same-
2 seasons.
Yeah.
They're in the same class. They're not. I think Salah is one of the
Okay.
greatest players
You
ever
can
played.
say the last
Premier
2
League.
seasons fine because of the numbers. But Mohamed Salah and Erling Haaland are not in the same category. in the Premier League.
Okay.
They're not.
I wasn't doing all that. So you
Maybe
didn't have-
Kevin De Bruyne,
No.
I can have this argument, but Erling Haaland,
No,
absolutely not. It's an
no, you didn't
insult
have
to
do-
Mohamed Salah.
No, you didn't have to do your Egyptian defense. I wasn't going to talk about where they
Very
rank completely as players.
Every time I speak facts, they say you're Egyptian. As a like,
No,
Just
because you
forget
went
the
off the
word
rails for what I
Egyptian.
said.
I
Okay,
want you to
let me take that
debunk
away.
what I say instead of saying Egyptians.
Okay, let me take that away. Okay, you didn't have to go that far to defend Mo Salah.
Okay.
When all that I was talking about with regards to David was the categories of where you put these players
Yeah,
based off of form.
Exactly.
You wanted to go back to his first season coming to Liverpool. I wasn't doing all that. I was talking about effectiveness of a player, and that's why I was
Yeah.
putting Haaland up there. Now, if you want to talk about this season, okay, that's why I get it. Salah's solely at that spot because he's been phenomenal. And then you got the other group of other players that have had a very good start, the Sakas, the Haalands, and you want to put in Cole Palmer. I get all that. That's the only thing I was criticizing. The reason why I had to challenge you on the defense league.
Go back to Palmer now. Go back to Palmer
Yes,
now.
we'll go back to Cole Palmer now.
Okay.
This what I find interesting, and I want to bring this up. You guys can also understand why we couldn't keep a Foden and Cole Palmer, right? Both of those players want to play in the same spots. Both of them want to be more advanced. Both of them are in that attacking style, not necessarily from a build-up standpoint. So some of you rivals that want to talk about, oh, City, look at all the talent he should have held on to. There's a reason why Cole Palmer was let go. He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal, and I'm happy that he's getting his chance to shine. But he wouldn't work as a combination of him and Foden.
But he wasn't let go though, Vator, because Pep came out saying, I wanted him to stay. I asked him to stay. We wanted to give him a contract. He's the one who said, I want to leave.
Yeah, but so we let him go. He wanted to leave. We let him go.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I thought you're saying that you
The
intentionally
mistake,
let him
actually.
go because
I'm gonna repeat this.
I think
This
it
was a
was a
mistake.
How?
I think it was a mistake.
Okay,
yeah.
hold on.
He's
David
more
just.
talented than Phil Foden. He has
Oh
more
my
to his
Oh,
game
no.
than Phil
Oh,
Foden.
I don't think so.
Wow!
I disagree with that.
Wow!
Yeah, I disagree with that. That's crazy.
Wow! More talented.
No, do you know why? Say the word more talented. I don't know, man.
That's
Can
mad.
I-
More
can I-
talented
okay.
is insane.
Do you guys want me to actually
think
make
he
it even?
applies-
Okay, can I
I
rephrase?
just think he applies it better on the pitch. I think. Go on, rephrase.
Rephrase. I think he gives a team more than Phil Foden. So I'm not talking GA or whatever. He gives a team more than Phil Foden.
Wait, if you take away GA, that's it. You've lost your argument. Because if you take away GA, he does nothing better than Phil Foden. Nothing.
He absolutely what?
If you take away GA, he does nothing better than Phil Foden.
He doesn't.
I think Phil
We're
Foden.
just going
Whoa.
two left and right. Like we can meet in the
Whoa.
middle.
No.
guys.
Foden is a better dribbler in my opinion. Foden is
Foden is
better
a better
technically.
Foden
Foden has
is
done it
better
consistently
dribbler.
for a longer
He is a better
period.
dribbler.
Foden, this is the biggest argument for Foden. Foden has showed up against some big teams. I know, granted, last season against Arsenal and Liverpool, he didn't. But he's shown up against big teams before. He's done it for the last 3-4 seasons.
PSG, Real Madrid.
Come on, bro. You're honestly, I don't understand this disrespect is crazy.
All
I
I'm
think
gonna
Cole Palmer is amazing. But to
all
say
I'm
that,
gonna, my thing with Cole, and I again, the argument with Phil Foden, I don't really care. I know who I think is better, and if you want to
And
disagree,
who do you think is
and
better?
obviously I'm gonna pick
It's okay.
Palmer.
It's
That's my
YouTube.
point.
You can't keep
That's my
secrets.
point.
It's like
That's
I'm
my
keeping
point.
it a secret.
That's my point. I love Cole. I think Cole can go into any team in the world in any system, and he will perform. I don't think I can say the same for Philip. That's what I'm gonna say.
So
that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say.
that's a great hypothetical. That's a great hypothetical, and
I
we'll
mean,
have.
it's not a hypothetical because under that, the
You've seen
Southgate-
your player in two systems.
You
though.
see Gareth. You see Maurizio. Yeah. You see what teams he was having to deal with and how he was performing. That's what I'm gonna say.
You saw Cole Palmer come off the bench and have a good stint. right? You saw Cole
He
Palmer now.
scored a goal in the Euros final. Let's
Yeah.
not say good stint. Let's
So
have a
did
bit of-
Mario
a bit of
Götze scored a goal
respect.
in the World Cup final. What does that
We have a
mean?
little bit of
I don't understand.
respect. Let's,
All right,
let's,
he
you know what I
scored.
mean?
He
So you
scored. He
guys
scored a
don't
goal.
think that Cole Palmer has better vision than Foden in terms of creation? You guys don't think that
I
Cole
think- I
Palmer
think Cole Palmer's a
dribbles
far
better?
I don't think he
Cole
dribbles
Palmer's a
better.
far
I don't-
better goal
Dribbles
scorer
better,
than
I
Phil
think.
Foden is. I think he's far better goal
Yeah,
scorer.
yeah. But that's the thing,
And
David.
he passes
away
better.
GA.
He creates
Said take
better
away
than Phil
GA, which is
Foden.
insane for me.
Okay, hold on. He's a more creative than Cole Palmer. You guys all
The
agree
day
that
has
he's
come where
better.
a Chelsea fan is using GA as his argument. Well, the world works in mysterious ways.
Because of Eden Hazard. But reality is, Cole Palmer is, for me, has higher ceiling than Phil Foden. It's ridiculous. That the ability to dribble, the ability to pass, the vision. Phil Foden is not the guy to do what Cole Palmer does on the pitch.
I think
from
the
deep.
fact that Phil Foden won Player of the Year last season in the English Premier League is the biggest embarrassment to this Premier League since its inception. Because Phil Foden is not even top 5 most important City players in that team. Rodri is more important. KDB is more important. Erling Haaland is more important. Ederson is more important for the way that they
KDB
play.
didn't play hardly
And-
any last season. Husam.
Thank you. Talking sense.
Oh, really? So in the last 6 months of the year, when Arsenal lost the league by
You
a
know
point,
that
who
you
won
know
the
you
league?
know you fell into the trap.
Who won the
You know
league?
that, right? You know you fell into the trap. You know that he played the last 17 games and he had 17 GA only in
Mo,
the
you're
Premier
cutting
League.
again. Is it just me or is Mo
Yeah,
cutting?
it's
again?
me. It's me. My
Yeah,
internet.
Mo's lagging. There you are.
You want to talk? You
You
want to
know-
talk?
Guys, one second, Vator. I just need to run this real quick, yeah? It's funny that Mo says Palmer is a better creator. When we look at last season, Phil Foden created more chances per game. Phil Foden had better long pass accuracy. Take-ons, fair enough. Cole Palmer was a better dribbler.
Mo
But the
never
take
rated him.
success is better than Phil. I don't know, like, you say he's a better creator, but the stats don't prove that, though.
Here's the thing, better creator, like what, from an aesthetic perspective, but Cole Palmer looks good aesthetically. If I'm starting a team
he does.
tomorrow and you tell me you can have one of them, I'm choosing Palmer. I'm choosing, to be honest with you, Saka ahead of both, still, because I have to respect Saka's groundwork, but I'm putting Palmer ahead of Foden. Foden is third place now for me. Foden is slowly becoming very overrated. The people who keep saying, oh, he carried us last season, with all due respect, the hat-trick against Man United and Brentford doesn't mean he carried you. I'm one of the people that said Rodri deserved Ballon d'Or. There's a video on my channel stating why he deserved Ballon d'Or. I think he was a correct winner. But then I can't be the same person that say Rodri deserves Ballon d'Or, but Foden carried them in the Prem. That's just bullshit, to be honest with you. Every single game Rodri missed, they dropped points, period. We see how they look right now without Rodri. Without Phil Foden, they can win league titles. They can win Champions Leagues. He didn't drive them to do shit. He didn't save them in a big game. Last season, against Arsenal, home and away, zilch. Against Liverpool, home and away, zilch in your 2 title deciders. Don't give me this bullshit about big game player. No, he isn't. Stop it.
Okay, so.
But
you're
Husam,
gonna
do you not
pick out
think the
games where he
argument
didn't-
could be used for for Palmer as well, that he gets overhyped? Like first 7-8 games of the
That's
season,
why I
if you
put
remember,
Saka ahead of
they were-
Palmer, because Palmer
they were
doesn't
calling
have
Palmer
the
the-
Conversation started with.
they were
Foden
calling
before
Palmer the best player in the world. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
just
that's
feel-
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I do the
And
same
then
to Palmer, same energy. Palmer this season hasn't had a good game against
Oh,
a
who-
big team at all. Not one. This is facts. This is not opinions. Ask the Chelsea fans; they'll tell you the
Well,
same
Husam,
thing.
don't you
Against
think big
United,
games,
he bummed out.
especially
Go ahead.
in a title race, yeah, the big games are the games leading into that final, few games. The last 7 or 8 games, Foden was key to scoring the big goals, the game winners in those games, in the Champions League games. So when you talk about he scored in those big games. Maybe
can
not
pick out
the
the big
Arsenal,
games that he
Liverpool's,
didn't, right?
but in the actual big games leading into that title challenge, the title race and the title decider, he scored in most of those games.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Jordz, that he scored hat-tricks against Brighton, Brentford, and Man United. Man United last season were embarrassing. We all agree on this.
It's a
Brentford and
derby.
Brighton, fair enough, mid-table clubs, but I'm saying in the deciders. Listen, I've seen Mo score goals against Man City home and away. I've seen him. He just scored against Arsenal this season when it was 2-1. The chips are down. I need you to get me a point. He did it. That's my point. And that's why I'm not changing my energy. It's the same energy towards Palmer as well. I don't beat one guy with a stick and then give the other guy the out. No, this season as well, Cole Palmer against United, he was crap. Against Liverpool, he was crap. And against, what's the other game?
Arsenal, he didn't play good against Arsenal.
Well,
against Arsenal. he
So
was
that's why
terrible.
I'm saying we have to keep the same energy. That's why I put Saka above them. Because Saka has scored goals in those big games. Like he scored goals against Liverpool already. I think 3 seasons in a row he scored.
And have those goals done anything or led to anything?
But you
that's
see
not
now
on
you're
him,
talking
though,
about
Jordz.
team. Now
That's
you're
not
talking
on
about
him,
team,
though.
not
No,
individual.
it is on him. He's the big player. He's the player that's supposed. Because if we look
You're
at,
talking about
But he
the team.
performed in the big
individual,
games,
Jordz.
though. He performed in those games, right? Like if the
Yeah.
but
team,
you haven't won
like
all those
if we look,
games. Arsenal have notoriously lost most of their big games because players aren't
No.
turning up in the big game.
what do you mean? Last season
Yeah.
we actually are undefeated against the big six.
Last season, the only season it's been like that.
Yeah, but that's when we were going for a title race, right? And he showed up in those
Yeah,
games.
2 years in a row.
Two seasons before that, when we challenged for the league, he scored against Liverpool. He scored against Man City, even though we lost that game. But he scored against Man City. I think he scored against Spurs. I could be wrong. 2 seasons ago. No, but these are the
Jordz, I
big
don't
games
know how
that we're
you're
talking
not
about.
saying that you think Rodri should have won Player of the Year last year. I don't know how you don't say that. You don't think that.
I think Phil Foden was clear the player of the year, player of the season last year. And when you mentioned players like Rodri being more important, Rodri was one of the guys that come out and said we wouldn't have won the league without.
Can I present you with the facts, guys?
But he's his
lagging?
teammate. It's
Am I
not like he's going to
lagging
come out
still?
public and say
No, you're
Foden
not.
is shit, guys.
Okay,
fine.
can I present you with the stats in the run-in? With everyone talks about Kevin De Bruyne is
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
involved in more games than Phil Foden in the run-in. Do you
And more
know what I
assists,
mean?
more-
Like it's not that he had more assists, like he influenced more games than Phil Foden. I'm not saying that Phil Foden was bad, but the people that say that Kevin De Bruyne didn't play, number one, he had only 2 GA less than Foden in the last 15 games in the season, which won them the league. He actually contributed to more games in this. Phil Foden, some of the GAs, he scored a hat-trick against Brentford, that's what Sam said. And I think he scored 2 goals against Nottingham Forest. You know what I mean? So, yes, he influenced the game, but also Kevin De Bruyne was there to affect the games. And when people watch the games, know that if Kevin De Bruyne didn't come back in the second half of the season, I don't think City win the title at all. At all. He is way more influential than Phil Foden in that
I know,
team.
but we're painting a new story though, Mo, because at the end of last season, the argument was why are we still playing? Well, not why, but we are. But why are City still playing KDB in the middle when Foden's doing the better job? Because Foden
he's
was
just
playing better
better.
than him at the back end of last year.
Even
By
his
performance-wise, that
coach
was-
thinks he's better. Even his coach thinks he's better. Like his
Yeah.
coach, when Kevin De
But here's
Bruyne
what you're
comes
missing.
back, he shifts Foden to the right because Kevin De Bruyne is just better. It's just
But here's
And he did have an impact
Hold
second half
on.
of
Let
the
me
season.
respond to this. Here's what you're missing. When KDB's out and Pep is trusting Foden to play that role and to still have an impact and to keep us in the title chase and for him to deliver the final game of the season with 2 goals, he's been that impactful. He's been that consistent. That's why he won the award. All right.
Can I just say something on that Vator though? Like, I even though I rate Phil Foden, I think what Mo said earlier was just crazy. But if you remember when KDB first got injured, the start of the season, last season, do you guys remember who was playing behind Haaland? It wasn't Phil
Julian
Foden.
Alvarez.
No,
It was Julian Alvarez for
Yes,
the first for 10 games in a row. And only when Alvarez started dropping stinkers, he dropped him and started playing Phil Foden there. So I
Yes,
think
but-
it was like, yeah, go ahead.
But there's also the amount of trust that Pep will give certain players to play out of position for the better sake of the team, right? Phil Foden has been proven, has shown to be that guy because Pep has played him all across the front 3 as well as the midfield because that's the level of trust he has in this player. Now, when a
Doku's shit.
KDB is
Because
healthy,
Grealish is shit. That's why.
all right. Well, I only see Mo Salah on the right wing. When it comes down to players that need to be
Because he's elite. I've only seen Haaland as striker. What's your point? That's just a stupid
No,
point to make.
well, I'm trying to point out where Foden's been able to play because of the trust that Pep gives
Yeah,
him.
because
when he's
Foden's better than Doku and Grealish. That's not difficult.
Okay.
It's true. It's
Well, you
reality.
say-
I don't know why you're like you're.
Why
You're
did he
shocked
just
by what
go
I'm
in
saying.
like silence?
So who?
Yeah, I
who-
don't know why you're shocked by what I'm saying. Is Foden better than Doku and
why-
Grealish here?
is Julian Alvarez better than Doku and Grealish?
Yeah.
Pep plays these
Yeah.
players in different positions based off of what's the betterment for the team. And you're not gonna slight my player Phil Foden for what Pep does with regards to keeping the best possible 11. Now, the reason why I point out that he plays all across the front 3, he's played false 9, he's played on the wings, he's played in the midfield. That's why for us he was that player last season. Because when we had no Haaland for 2 months and we had no KDB for 5, Foden was the consistency, and that's why he got player of the season.
Yeah,
You guys
that's
can
fine.
argue if you want. The conversation was with regards to Cole Palmer and Phil
Yes.
Foden. Why I said Cole Palmer, hey, it was tough, but he had to go because I think they occupy the same space. I think we're kind of we're nitpicking. We're splitting hairs when we're talking about who's better right now. There's a lot to see. You want to talk about potential? You want to talk about potential? You want to talk about ceiling, Mo? We have to wait and see all of this, right? I'm curious to see what Foden would look like in a free flowing. You have the run of the land.
No. I'm waiting for Foden to play when the team is not playing well. We're waiting for Foden to play when the team is not playing well, not when the system is great.
So we were playing well all last season.
Yeah, the team was still working.
We're not playing as bad as my club.
Now we're doing
playing as bad as my club. I'll tell you that for free.
Are you serious?
You weren't playing as bad as we were.
I feel like the one thing people aren't recognizing.
We're doing revisionist history because Mo, we can go back on your channel on City don't look good right now.
They were playing bad Mo last season, and he did step up in some games. I will have to
when
say that.
Rodri was out and they didn't win games. Yes.
Bad. Again, we're saying
bad for City is this.
Bad for City, yeah. Bad for City.
But what you guys are forgetting is
City's better than good Chelsea last year. They were better than good Chelsea.
No, 100%, David. But that's the thing, though. Is a bad City is when the whole team's bad. You don't see one or two players. City don't have standouts where one player is going to play good and the rest of the team's going to play bad. It's the whole team is bad at once or the whole team's good at once. They don't have those individuals that are just going to stand out from the team because it's such a system regimented team. Because when you look at the performance at the weekend, you could say the first 20-30 minutes, they actually wasn't bad. It was just defending bad. And in the transition, they're getting caught out. Going forward, they're creating chances. But because the players keep missing, it's, these are all terrible. Like they're having a... The system's working. The players just aren't putting the ball in the back of the net. So it looks bad as a team, but there were some decent individual performances.
I'm lagging again, I know I'm lagging again.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yes, I know. I want to go back to
the one in Jordan, in the third world country. Just to
it was Mo and Jordz, by the way. Both of you were lagging at the same time.
Yeah, both of you are lagging. You're both moving like Savio and Foden this season. Come on now.
I don't know why I'm lagging, actually. My internet is... Guys, there's about 700 people here. Let's get the like button up, guys. Let's get to 200, 300 likes. Hit that like button. All the guys' channels are in the description as well. It is simple. Just go and subscribe. Click on the links as well. I want to go back to the Palmer conversation. Forget freaking Foden. Okay, we'll talk about City in a bit. Cole Palmer is not being used. I've seen people say, if he's not playing well, sub him out. Do you think that helps Cole Palmer, Dave? Like rotation and having Felix stepping in the 10.
Got to that point where we can't take him off because he is the guy who will come up with something if we need it.
Yes.
That's how it is now. Like he's that guy. Sorry, we can have situations where if he's absolutely tired and like he's done for and he's like in the Christmas period as an example, when you've got to play 3 games in 7 days and you can drop it, you can take him out for a game because we do have that squad depth. But I am not taking out Cole Palmer in hope that Mikhailo Mudryk does something because that's not no.
Not Mikhailo Mudryk. Like there's Joao Felix that is playing well now.
That's a terrible place to be in. That's a terrible place.
My odds are not better. My odds are not better with Joao Felix on the field than Cole Palmer.
But he has played better last game against Leicester, and people are saying that if he given game time, he might be. I'm not going to say he's going to be better than Palmer, but is Maresca not utilizing Palmer well?
No, I don't think so. I think it's part again. I think Palmer's coming to terms with teams adjusting to playing against him. I think he's in that process of learning how to escape out of that. But I don't think it's a strictly Maresca thing because I think Palmer could perform in almost any position. So I'm not really. It's not like a usage problem. I think it's generally just like he's adjusting to getting quadruple teamed.
By the way, he's not quadruple teamed. He's not. By the way, he's not man marked. The Arsenal people that went to the game and we watched the game.
It's not about being man marked.
The only game that he was man marked, the guy that man marked him won a penalty and scored the goal in the Liverpool game. So that is not man marked. When the guy that was marking you against Man United, he was not man marked.
No, I know.
I'm not going
to say no, but I'm saying like it's not a man marking is not the only way you can try and cut someone out of the game. If you get every time he gets the ball, you cut off every passing lane. And then say he's got to go back. That is by design. But the thing is, the way teams defend when he has the ball on him is far different to when Madueke's got the ball on him. When Madueke's got the ball, the teams go, we might
Yeah, but
drag
you
over.
went straight
We
from
might
good to
drag
Foden.
over a midfielder, but that
Come
is
on.
about it. That, like, do you
Man,
know what I
Wake,
mean?
you know.
When
Come on.
João Felix has got the ball, the teams are like, "Oh,
This is
it's
the level
João
he's
Felix.
at,
Like,
man.
we can, you know,
I think
we don't
Ashraf is
have to,
better than Madwake.
I like
we don't have to
Maduki.
double, quadruple. Do you know what I mean? But like,
But
when it's
wicked
Palmer,
though.
it's like, when Palmer gets the ball, he's got a guy next to him. He's got two guys in front of him. They've got another guy playing this passing lane, and it's like we're gonna stop this guy, and then we're gonna hope that the others don't beat us.
Guess what, David? That's what we said last season will happen when he becomes a bigger player. That's what happens to superstars of every team.
Yeah, I know.
When
yeah,
we
but
say
like,
soccer gets doubled up,
but-
people
but
laugh
the-
at us. Like,
no, but the thing is, I'm not. Hey, he didn't get doubled against Kukurea. Didn't get doubled. That's my little. That's my Kukurea. That's my guy. Big up Kukurea. But
nobody doubled up on Cole Palmer, and he's still.
no,
Oh,
I know. But
Why
I'm not.
quiet? Just you don't want to piss off David Mo?
I'm
He
just-
said
I'm just-
Cucurella's
I'm
his
just-
guy. Say something,
just
Mo.
saying.
Say something.
I'm just saying.
He played well. He is not playing bad now. I can't talk bad
Now
about the
he played
guy.
well.
I
Okay.
just
Now it's
think
easy.
like people, because of last year, everyone's like, if Cole Palmer doesn't score 2 goals and get an assist every game, he's played badly. Like, I don't think that's. I think if you
No,
that's,
no, don't put words in our mouths. We're not saying that. We're saying that I don't see Palmer being the catalyst of Chelsea anymore. Don't do that. I'm seeing Cole Palmer being bypassed by the rest of the team. I see Cole Palmer being the 5th or the 6th player on the pitch. It's not about the GA, my guy. Kulusevski in the game had 1 assist, but he was the man of the match. In the whole game against Man City, we can tell that Kulusevski affected the game more than anyone else. Odegaard, right, doesn't have to get the GA for us to sit here and say, well, you are affecting it. Kevin De Bruyne is stepping on the pitch against even Spurs for like 50 minutes. We can see what the guy is doing, right? You don't have, it's not about the GA, my guy. It's about affect as a 10 or as a midfielder. It's about affecting the game. I'm never gonna sit here and say, Cole Palmer, you have to get a goal and an assist. No, you don't. If you
By the way,
do
not
the
even as a
Odegaard
10.
job.
Even in Chelsea, I feel like Caicedo has been doing that. Maybe not. Actually, he has been creating. He has been assisting, to be fair. But forget the creation. Like, I think the way he gets the ball, controls it,
Caicedo
circulates,
been
carries
great
it forward
this season.
sometimes. I think Caicedo has been your best player this season. I don't think it's Cole Palmer, in my opinion.
I'm not against that. I think that's.
I don't remember one bad game of Caicedo.
And by the way,
very
I'm going to repeat this again. It is not on Cole Palmer. Maresca have bypassed Cole Palmer on the pitch. It is very obvious.
All I'm going to say.
It is Maresca's problem that he is not using his best guy.
If Chelsea end up in a better position by doing that, I'd rather he do that. Because right now we are a far better team than we were last year. And if that means that Cole Palmer can't dominate the ball for 80 minutes of the game, do it. I don't care. Because again, I'm not Cole Palmer FC. I'm a Chelsea FC fan, so I want Chelsea to do well. So
I like them. I like that. But listen, let me do this super chat before we go on to the rest of the competition. Mate, Foden is trash. Can't lace Palmer boots.
Stop
I
it.
wouldn't
too
say
much.
he's trash. That's not
Trash is kind of, people have to go to the polar extreme. You're like, Foden is shit. He's a League One player. No, he's a good
trash
player.
is like Savio this season. That's trash.
Savio. He's better than Saka, though. You think Foden is making that pass against Newcastle? Like what Palmer did, you must be dreaming. That pass for Jackson against Brighton. That is what I'm talking about, guys. Foden doesn't have this in his locker as much as Cole Palmer had. That's the problem. He's a good player, direct, but he's not Cole Palmer in terms of creativity and vision and stuff
And
like
yet
this.
he
He's
creates. And yet he creates more chances. Okay, fair,
Yeah.
I guess.
They just want to see. They just want to see a particular type of pass.
Yeah,
which
but
isn't-
like,
which isn't
again,
typically the
I'm not-
City
again,
system.
I'm not
But I
gonna-
hear it. I
I'm
hear
not
it.
going to sit here and argue if you think Foden's a better creator because cool, whatever. But that, for
Foden is
example,
not even a
that pass
creator,
that he
but
does-
fine.
that pass that he does for the Newcastle goal, the one that won goal of the month, that doesn't go down as a chance created for Cole Palmer. That goes down as a chance created by Neto. So, like, again, stats don't tell you. So I really like stats, but they're not everything. They're not the be one end all.
Until it comes to Hazard. He
Yes.
likes stats.
You really like
but-
stats.
Mo, do you want? I'll say it right now. If I need a player to win me a season, I'm picking Mo Salah.
That's one Premier
Good
League
answer.
team. Nah,
If,
man.
however,
That's the only correct
Nah,
answer.
I'm going to the
Actually,
Premier
Jordz-
teams too.
Actually, Jordz, they have the same Premier Leagues too.
but Husam, if I've got one game to end it all, and I need Prime Hazard or Prime Mo, I'm picking Prime Hazard. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I was saying. But for a whole season, all 38 games, I'm picking Mo Salah. I'm not.
I mean, Prime Hazard hasn't showed up in the Champions League in all those years in those one game, so I don't know why you would expect that from him. I think he has one knockout stage goal, which was a penalty against PSG.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get
less
it.
knockout stage
You
goals
made
than
Coquelin
few
look like a
World
Beyblade. I get it, Ashraf. I'd be annoyed too. That's fine. That's okay. I get it. It's
Coquelin
fine.
is not the stick you're gonna try and beat me with. It doesn't work.
It's fine. I get it.
Like,
I
what
get
does
it.
that mean?
I get it, bro.
Coquelin, you really think that's the argument you're gonna make to me?
He just embarrassed your club.
I'm just saying he's not as clutch as Salah.
Understand.
He's not
I
as clutch
get
as
it.
Salah, bro.
He did embarrass your club, though, Ashraf. Let's be honest now. Quite more
He
than one.
embarrassed your club in Baku when you
Yeah, he
Don't
did.
worry.
He did.
Understand.
But it doesn't make him better than Salah. There's no relevance. It doesn't
No,
make him better
but
than
no,
Salah.
but
Salah
again,
has embarrassed Arsenal many times. So now where do we go?
For one game, I'm picking. There is genuinely for one game, apart from the two.
Yeah, but that's emotion, right? That's emotion because you're a Chelsea fan, not logic.
Exactly, because I've seen it more. I'm not watching the game where Liverpool need to do this or whatever. I'm not watching that game, but I watch every Chelsea game, regardless if we're playing.
Can you remind me which Champions League knockout game you watched of Hazard that made you think, "Wow, that's the guy"?
Bro, I was like 9. Like,
I don't know how this guy's kind of do it. Like you don't employ Saka. What are you doing, bro?
Do you know what,
I'm not comparing. Wait. If he said Hazard is great,
Why did this go to Saka? I don't understand this.
He's not comparing them.
Fucking weird. George, what are you doing, bro?
No, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
But before you embarrass,
I'm not going to hear. I don't like when I hear Arsenal fans talk about, what's he doing in the Champions League knockout round? What's he doing?
You know why
what's
that won't
Arsenal
work on
done
me?
in the Champions League knockout rounds for 10 years?
Stop.
Nothing.
You know why you're embarrassing yourself? You know why you're embarrassing yourself, Jordz? You're embarrassing yourself for two reasons. One is
he had
I'm
one
coming,
take on in
Jordz.
4 Champions League knockout games. One successful take on.
You know why you're embarrassing yourself? For two reasons. One is, I never once said Hazard is crap. I just said he's nowhere as good as Salah. And he's not as clutch. That has nothing to do with Saka. Second of all, you're arguing with the wrong Arsenal fan because I've come on such show last year, 3 weeks in a row, arguing that Saka has not showed up in the Champions League and criticizing him against 5 other Arsenal fans. So you're not talking to the right guy, trust me. I'm not biased that way.
It was aware.
I'm not biased that way. Now that you've got that off your chest, Hazard does not perform anything close to Salah. It's not even close. There's no metric
you know what
outside
makes this
dribbling.
conversation hilarious?
Hazard is better than Salah. Not one.
You know what makes this conversation hilarious? The fact that you're a Spurs fan and Lucas Moura has more goals in a knockout Champions League than Eden Hazard. Lucas fucking Moura. Okay, so let's stop this whole. If I wanted a player for a season or for a career or for a knockout stage game, I'm choosing Salah. That's not an insult to Hazard. Hazard is top 3 for me in Premier League history. Top 3. Salah, Ronaldo, Hazard.
Yeah, you guys don't check. Like Hazard is like growing up. Hazard was my favorite player, so I will hear no slander on that. Like never.
Yeah, if it's emotional and biased, that's fine. Yeah, I get it.
I'm not hearing it. I'm just gonna sit there and say, like in a game. I've seen games when I remember walking into that game going, "There's no way I'm not losing this game. I've got Hazard. Are you dumb? Are you dumb?" You know, when he did the dribble thing at Anfield after Salah won goal of the year, and then he did a better goal. Come on, man. This is don't disrespect, bro.
Did you think about
Alberto Moreno when you scored against Man United?
Did you think about that? How many times did you think about Hazard that way in 2015, 2016 when he took a season off?
Yeah, but do you know what? Wait. You remember? Do you not remember that season? Do you remember that season? Don't. Do you remember that season?
You don't go there.
Do you remember that season?
That's
he showed up against Spurs. I remember the 2-2.
Yeah, painful memories for Jordz.
He set up for one game and won football for the.
You're the reason why Leicester.
I don't want to hear it. He won football for the whole country. Everyone wanted Leicester to win, and we provided it. So
Mo, can I just end this Saka Hazard thing with one easy thing? Salah had 33 or something, is playing at the highest level. Hazard is having McDonald's on a weekly basis, retired already. He's at the same age as Salah, maybe a year younger, I think.
Injuries, man.
Yeah, this debate is dusted, bro.
That's injuries, bro. You can't do anything about that.
Yeah, Salah
you know
keeps
what's
body
gonna- you
fit
know
for a
what's gonna
reason.
end this debate? You know
Takes
what's
care
gonna
of
end this
himself.
debate once
And
and for
that's
all?
why. And that's why I said over a season I'm picking Salah. I'm not.
No,
I'm not
by the way, to
blind.
be fair, Ashraf, that's
Fair.
more than any Chelsea fan has ever said on YouTube. So like
But
that's a
as
good thing.
Yeah, I actually agree. Yeah.
You know what's gonna end this debate though once and for all?
Dave's gonna have to
If
watch out.
Liverpool this season win something major and Salah win Ballon d'Or, wallah, it's over. Wallah, it's over for all of you. It's done. It's finito. So I think he will climb to number 1 directly if he wins Ballon d'Or.
Is he
Currently,
already
according
number
to
one? Is he
Goal.com,
already
he's
number one
favorite.
Liverpool?
You know, currently according to Goal.com, he's favorite.
Oh, well, we like the probabilities.
What
You
a
like the
terrible
probability
Ballon
now?
d'Or, yeah. Look at what football's become. Look at what football's become. Oh my
Fucking
God.
Rodri just won a Ballon d'Or. Have some shame talking about what football
It
has
should have
become.
been Carvajal. It should have been Carvajal.
I'm
alright?
talking about it like Rodri is the
Should have been
jugador or something.
Carvajal.
Have some shame.
And whoever wins the
Rodri
Champions
just
League
reads
this
the game
year-
well. That's
Is
his best.
Mo
asset.
is
whoever
Mo
wins the
already the
Champions
best
League-
Liverpool player? Is he already now the best?
Modern era, no. I still put Gerrard 1.
Wow.
How though?
That's just emotional, though.
How
No,
though?
that's
emotional.
not
I
emotional.
think so.
I think
Gerrard's
so,
the reason
Osama.
why. Gerrard's the reason why Liverpool have a worldwide fan base. I'm not even exaggerating. I swear to God. I wish I'm joking. I'm not. He's actually for 20 years carried a bunch of shit players to at least a respectable level where people were able to support Liverpool around the world. That is not something I'm just gonna push to the side. Now this season, if we do win something major, then I think he probably does overtake Gerrard. But for now, I'm putting Stevie G 1 still. It's not emotional. it's just he was that-
Now without the trophies, he's not considered better than Gerrard. But when he gets the trophies, he will be.
Yeah, but if
But he
wins
does have
the Premier
trophies.
Got
He
him.
has
Got
more
him.
trophies
No,
than
but
Gerrard.
Vator got him.
Husam
He
is
has more
saying
trophies than Gerrard.
no, but Husam's saying
Yeah, he already does.
he's not number 1 yet. But when he gets the trophies, he will be.
Yeah,
number
how will
one.
that change anything, Hussam?
You guys don't know where Vator is going. Just
No,
you
no,
guys are-
I'm saying
You guys
that
don't
this
know where he's
season-
going. You guys don't know where he's going.
No, I know where he's going because I don't compare players using trophies. There is nothing. he's
Alright.
not
You're
going
comparing
anywhere.
2 players right now.
No,
And
I'm
you're
not
saying
comparing
one gets
them.
a trophy, he surpasses the other.
George is like, you don't know George.
Are you
This
done?
has been going
I'm
for
not
over a
comparing
year
two
between
players
these two.
trophies. I'm talking about their achievements at Liverpool Football Club and what they meant for the club. The reason why this season is different for Salah, don't start shouting. Listen first. There is a reason why this season is different for Salah is he is by far the best player in the team currently. In the 18-19 and 19-20 season, some would say Van Dijk was the best player, some would say Mane was the best player, some would say Trent, some would say Alisson, blah, blah, blah.
Before
Now he's by far literally number 1. So it's
Yeah.
not even like a thing where like you can
guys,
convert.
before we go on, before I know David has to go, there's a couple of questions for David. George, aka Colwell 2.0, does this mean Kane is shit?
I don't know what he's referring to, but if he's talking about, yeah, I don't know.
He's referring to the
Trophies.
clutchness of the
Champions
Champions
League.
League knockout
Clutch
stages.
moments.
What actually you don't know.
You know what I'm
Fraud.
talking about.
George, he's talking about the clutch moments. Kane doesn't have
Yeah.
a lot of clutch moments.
Clutch moments, yeah. With Bayern and with Spurs.
So
I've come out on numerous of streams and addressed the fact that Kane's given me more bad moments than good moments in the Spurs shirt.
What the
as in,
fuck?
from that point of view, he has not turned up in clutch moments.
all right.
and
Okay.
You know, I love Kane. I love Kane for everything he's done for us, but ultimately we didn't win anything with Kane. So when I look back on his time here, it's just a lot of goal celebrations. Like great, but nothing important.
Before the there is Felix and Nkunku Palmer is not a god. Papa Beard is saying. That's what David just said. He's
Guys, Papa Bear thinks that Chelsea are going to win the league this season.
no, he doesn't think they're gonna win. He thinks they can
Don't defend
push if they are close. Before the okay, let me just do this couple of super chats I wanted to do. Question for David: is Palmer hindering Nkunku at Chelsea because they play the same position, and we expect a lot more from Nkunku?
I mean, maybe, but I think
Do they
they're
really
two-
play the same
They're
position?
two
though?
different types of
Bro,
players.
Nkunku doesn't even have a position at Chelsea,
They
bro.
play-
He just
No, but
doesn't even have a
Nkunku-
position.
Nkunku was at
Nkunku's a
Leipzig,
second
right?
striker. He was a second
Oh.
striker.
Yeah, it's not a 10. He wasn't a 10. People
not a 10.
Yeah, he
misunderstand.
wasn't a 10 anyway.
He wasn't a
Like,
midfielder at all. He was always a second striker.
But like on the stat sheet, they would technically like play like in the same kind of position area, but they play it very differently. So I guess you could say that, but because when Pochettino first got here, the plan was to play Jackson and Nkunku together as a partnership. So
Mhm.
that's kind of what Palmer's been doing himself, but they play it in two very different ways.
But
I
was
would
he
like
not
to-
signed before
signed
Pochettino? I
6
thought
months
that,
before.
that
Yeah,
he
but
signed
no,
6 months
but
before
we
that.
loaned him back. We didn't have him for half the season.
Yeah. So I'm saying when you guys signed him, wasn't the plan like, because I think Pochettino wanted to do that, but at that time, who was your manager? I don't even remember, to be honest.
Yeah, different
when you guys
managers,
signed him.
different. I feel like the problem is they've
Frank
changed so
Lampard.
much since.
Frank Lampard's. Woo,
Mm,
woo,
It was
No,
Graham
it
Potter.
was still Potter at
Sir
the time.
Graham
yeah.
Potter. We are not sending every ball through Palmer now, which is what everyone Chelsea fan is saying. I think it's a mistake, but fine. Top of it. I think it's a mistake. We can discuss it. Get this fake Chelsea fan. Hazard prime cannot be touched. And bottom guy, Hazard ran past your whole team and scored your sour mate.
For starters, he ran past Coquelin, so calm down. Secondly, Ozil did that at the Emirates
George,
when
he ran
turned
past your
Conte.
whole team as well, George. You fucking
No, he
shame.
didn't.
Yeah,
He's
first of all,
talking
he ran
about
past your team. He ran past your team. He ran
He
only
ran
past
past-
Coquelin.
He
He only ran
all
past
your
Coquelin.
teams.
Ozil turned Conte, left him for dead, ran all the way, and scored a beautiful Ozil-like goal against your team. So what are we going to do here? Are we going to start playing tit for tat? Let's not do that crap.
Okay. Okay. Tanya, this is Amira Tanya. This is what?
Is this
Hazard
the same
is
as
not
the
Salah.
old Tanya?
Yes. Amira Tanya. Akil is saying, Ashraf, you forgot that. I think he deleted that one. Papa Beard is saying, Akil, I know you deleted that, so I'm not going to show it. I know you deleted that one. Husam, I go to sleep knowing when Gerrard slipped and Dembaba scored, Salah was the first to come and hug Dembaba to celebrate your captains. We don't slip.
That's class. That's class.
That's a
This is
good
a
super
joke
chat.
my cousin who doesn't even watch football can make. That's not funny.
It's a good joke,
It is
eh?
funny. It is funny.
It is funny. It's funny.
It's
People
fun.
laugh.
Yeah, bro, it's funny because he sent a super chat. That's why it's
Hey.
funny. Stop it. It's not
It's
funny.
David is laughing.
Do you know
David's
how
not
much?
making money.
No, I always forget.
David is
Yeah,
not
but
making
David is
money.
still a
By the way,
child.
David is not
He's
making
18.
money.
David is a child.
I always
David
forget.
child.
That Salah
David
played,
is like 17.
Salah played for Basel before. He cooked us when he played for Basel, and then he came to us and he did nothing. Why is he cooking everywhere except Chelsea? Oh, come on, man. Hey, Salah,
Why not just
Salah, we'll give you $350 a week. Come here. We'll give you $350.
You know what? Husam, Wallah al-Azim on Twitter, a lot of
Don't
Chelsea
do that,
fans
David.
actually
Don't do
are no, Vator,
I'm
that's
there.
actually real. Chelsea fans on Twitter are actually calling for, we'll give you the money you want, just come back. We'll give you they want Salah back at Chelsea. They're like, come back.
The joy of seeing that post.
And you know what?
Welcome back, and then the Liverpool fans in the comments. Oh, he can never score again. Just the fact we took him away would be.
You know what? But he wants to stay in the Prem because he's got that.
He's never going to Chelsea, guys. He's never going to Chelsea.
He wants that
Never.
record. He wants to continue to add
He's
those
never going to go
stats.
to Chelsea. Why not just play Palmer on the right? Noni back. Palmer, Madueke is backup now. No, it's the other way around. He means Madueke can be the
He
backup
means
on the right
Noni as
side.
the backup. Yeah.
Yes. I actually think it can work.
You can play Palmer on the right, but his best
Yeah.
position is in the 10.
Yeah, it can work. Why not?
This goes
had
back
his
to Vator's point at the start
The
of the
guy,
stream.
the
Wait,
guy
was his best
saying
season last year not on the right? Was he not playing right wing last season?
actually he played 20 games central and 18 games on the right. And he played those 17 games.
So which
Actually,
one- So we got to
Pochettino,
look
man.
and see which
Tactical
one were the
genius.
better games. Even though
That's
I
what-
hear the stats,
Yeah.
but where were his better games?
I'm not going to
From
remember every single game
No,
now,
but
but I
I'm saying
think
it's a good stat, Mo. I hear it, but
No,
for those that want to go,
from watching, I think Palmer's better down the middle. Personally, I don't think he's a winger like that. But
yeah, easy there. Nkunku is a second striker, but since Chelsea don't have that, he is a cam, an attacking mid. The plan was to play Palmer right and Nkunku center attacker mid. They can play together like Joao and Palmer did with a fullback holding the width. Tough situation.
That guy, I think you're really complicating the sport. Alessandro Del Piero and Francesco Totti are both center forwards, not strikers. Same with Wayne Rooney. But when they played striker, they didn't struggle. If Nkunku is a player of that quality and that caliber, then he should be able to play striker even with a 10 behind him. You having a 10 doesn't make your role as a striker worse. It doesn't. Like, you can still drop deep, collect the ball, play passes, etc. It's not like that just disappears.
Nkunku,
effective playing as up top or by himself, though. That's the thing. Or if he's playing in the cam, he's not as effective. Nkunku's just not good, so that's why they're not playing in that position, and he's only playing in Conference League games and having that impact.
I actually think Jordz is right. Maybe it's the answer is Husam. Maybe Nkunku at Chelsea is not just that good. It's simple. I know sometimes it's that simple.
I actually think Nkunku is good. I really like him. I just think the issue is Jackson has outperformed expectations to the level where Nkunku is not the starter.
Yeah,
I think if you ask Chelsea fans when they signed both, who's going to be the starter, who's going to be the bench player, 99.999% would have said Nkunku start, Jackson bench. But the form has convinced Chelsea fans to do the opposite. That's it.
I agree.
By the way, I just checked the stats. So
Ashraf
Palmer last season. Yeah. Palmer. No, I was interested, by the way, because Vator's question was actually legit. So he had 20 GA from the attacking midfield position from 21 games and 18 GA from 20 games as a right winger. So it's actually pretty close. So he's performed right or in the middle.
There we go.
I don't know what BDW Salah.
By the way,
Salah got 2 prems. One with Liverpool and one with he doesn't.
That's why when
It's
Jordz
fucking
said
shameless,
Hazard
bro.
had
It's fucking
more
shameless,
prem, actually,
bro.
he doesn't. Salah
fucking
has 2
shameless.
prems. Thank you very much.
Wow.
And the Champions League.
But Salah has
And the
something that
Champions
Hazard
League.
doesn't have. The Champions League with Liverpool. He doesn't have that. To be honest.
Yeah.
He
Like,
has
I
Champions
agree
Leagues
with
wrong
you.
trip.
Not for Chelsea,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Okay, hold on. I agree with you. Then,
Unbelievable.
if we go that route, that means Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Henry because he has way more achievements with Real Madrid
Was that even a question?
than Henry has his whole career. No,
Yeah, but
we're
Ronaldo
talking
is
about
better.
your career in the Premier League, Jordz. We're not talking about your career everywhere else.
But Mo, you don't even need to go that far. Hazard
100%.
barely played a single minute in that Champions League they won.
Jordz,
He had-
you and
He
Hazard
had a big
contributed the
belly
same
and
thing
had
to
like
that
2
UCL.
burgers in
Stop
each hand. Like, calm down, bro.
He played though.
Hey, Hazard's one of my
Jordz
favorite
wants
players.
to
let's
trigger
say-
me today. I don't know why
Hey, you
Jordz
can-
want to trigger
I
me,
think
bro.
George. I think you're misunderstanding the whole point. He's one of my favorite
No, I
players.
get your point.
Husam, he loves Hazard and thinks Hazard's top 3 Premier League wingers all time. But him and Salah, people just. I don't think it's a competition.
Husam knows. I haven't been fond of Salah from 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Space times we used to always have these conversations. Son or Salah, that was the conversation, but he's exceeded that one. We were
Don't
giving
tell me
Son
that.
or
Son.
Salah.
You pick Son.
That was a
Son's
discussion.
Son's not even world class.
Guys, Jordz was way worse than this.
I actually had Son winning that argument at one point. I did.
Oh
Husam
my
knows he was
God.
right. I did.
Son's never been world class ever. Like ever. Never.
Guys,
That is-
Jordz was way
In the
worse
same
than
conversation
this.
as
Way
Salah.
worse. Way worse. I have seen Jordz at his
Oh my
absolute worst. I have seen Jordz is the only one person. Shut up, Billy Balboa, if he's watching. Only one person in history who rattled Billy Balboa to fuck for an hour. Chelsea fan. Listen, he's capable of rattling people. That's why today he's trying to rattle me, but it's not working because I'm calm and composed. Football wars training, baby. You get me? So we're not gonna get rattled today. Let's go.
I agree with you. Sam, only issue is those players were world class and they can play anywhere. Not easy for younger players to do. Test him. Okay. Test him.
Who is he talking about here?
He's talking about when he talks about
Oh,
Nkunku.
the
and
Nkunku
you spoke about
No, I
Piero,
understand your
Del
logic.
Piero and Totti. He's talking about Del Piero.
Yeah,
and
I
Totti.
understand your logic, but at the same time, look, if your like natural position is second striker, right? I get that it's not the exact same as playing striker, but you could still occupy that space. But once again, I just think Jackson has been so good that Nkunku can't get a sniff in the Premier League because of Jackson's form, not because Nkunku's crap.
Yeah, 100%. I want to actually talk about Spurs a little bit. Spurs and City and Arsenal and where Spurs can finish and all the stuff and Kulusevski's performance lately.
Hey,
You know what?
I was calm, Jordz. You have
It's
to
all
answer
about-
the questions. Let's go.
I'm not sure. By the way, I don't know your views about where Spurs are and what's the purpose of the club and why do you guys support the club? What's the whole point of having Spurs here?
Why are you violating the man?
I'm not.
It's a violation. Why you support the club? Why do you guys exist?
The question
It's
is
the history
coming.
of the Tottenham.
The question is
Okay, go
coming.
ahead.
I have seen people lately saying that Spurs will win trophies. Do you believe that? Genuinely, do you believe that you are on the right path to win trophies? Vator. Oh, okay. I know you like Spurs, Vator.
I
I
am.
just beat you.
No, I listen to my manager. I believe in my manager. And what did my manager say? Second season, I always win something. So I believe that this season we're going to win something. I'm down and saying that Europa League is ours to lose. Correct me if I'm wrong. This season, they don't have that Champions League teams dropping off into Europa League. That's
No
what
drop
yes.
off. No.
Nobody
So
drops. Nobody
League,
drops.
That's my point. So when I look at the Europa League, I say Tottenham are the best team in there. The only other team that actually challenges me and is Man United, but Man United aren't good. Like, we're going to be honest now. Man United aren't good. In a two-legged tie or in a final, I know my team can beat Man United. We've shown that when we went to Old Trafford.
But you know you're going to lose the final.
That.
You know you're going to lose the final 1-0 against Man United.
Yes, I do not. We need to get there. But the thing for me is that Tottenham just need to get through these in the first 8. And then once we're in that first 8 fixture, I genuinely don't see us falling no further than the final. Like, we have to make it to the final.
You really don't think teams like Lazio, Bilbao can beat you guys? Because Lazio and Bilbao, they do well in these competitions.
In a two-legged tie, they do well, but in a two-legged tie, I fancy Spurs to be better than both of those teams.
So
I think it's really dependent on
a two-legged tie. George, two-legged tie against Galatasaray, Jose Mourinho manager. I don't think you win that. I don't think you win that.
He's not manager of Galatasaray. He's manager of Fenerbahce.
But the thing is,
sorry, my bad. Fenerbahce. Two-legged tie.
Yeah. But even that though, Fenerbahce are good. Galatasaray,
yeah, they aren't good. Did they play United?
Team out. I feel like Tottenham's best team beats. Pardon?
No, I'm saying didn't Jose play United earlier this Europa?
Yeah, and
they didn't look good.
They did.
Jord's confidence makes sense. It does, and again,
I agree. I think they're favorites for the Europa League.
I would agree with that. Even though we want to,
no offense, I mean this.
You're gonna do the history thing, David.
I know what David is going to say.
No, but as respectfully as possible, even though it's utter disrespect, I don't think Spurs can ever be favorites.
Yeah, I hear that, but
because they have to.
Their team is better than everyone else.
Because none of us have seen them actually do it yet. So how can they be favorites of what?
I haven't seen them do it, but I've seen them knock me out of Champions League. I saw them just
in a final. I don't know what we're doing here, David.
Jordz, I don't remember that year. That is how young I am, okay?
I remember it.
I don't remember
it very clearly, and I'm not old. I'm not old, and I remember it clearly.
Realistically, Jordz, even still, okay, fine, you won a League Cup. Congratulations. Take it with pride. Hold it. Fine, you can be favourites for a League Cup. But what does that do for you? What does that do? Because
I said straight away that
was the Modric's team. You ain't got no Modric's now. You got nothing. You got what? Kulusevski. Oh.
Nah, you're wrong. That wasn't the Modric team though. That the team we beat in that final was a shit Tottenham. That was a Tottenham with Woodgate, a Tottenham without Bale. Yeah. That was a Tottenham with Berbatov up top. It wasn't the good Tottenham. You saw one day Ramos Tottenham, the team that finished 11th in the league or even 12th. So that's a bad Tottenham. But again, this year, I think we can win something. I think Europa League presents the best opportunity for us to do it. Also, I feel like if we focus on Europa League and win that, we don't have to finish in the top 4. We still got that route into the Champions League. I do think the top 4 race is going to be a bit difficult. I acknowledge Chelsea. They're at a similar level to us. I feel like they have a better squad. So ultimately, when they have players missing, they can fill in the gaps. But with regards to how they're actually playing and how good you guys are, Chelsea aren't that good. Chelsea have looked good because you played against a few shitty teams, but in the big games, you don't turn up. Tottenham, on the other hand, you look at the big games, we beat United, we beat City twice this season, and I'm not scared of when you guys come to the lane in 2 weeks. I'm very much looking forward to that game. Arsenal's the only big team that have done us this season, and really, that was just a lucky 1-0 win. They got the win, though, and they've done the job, but ultimately, I don't see, like, Tottenham, we're as good as we can be this year, but we're not going to go too far ahead, but fifth, we'll
I want to actually talk what Jordz just said. Tottenham as a team, even now with Ange Postecoglou, like the way they played against Man City, winning 4-0 without their 2 best defenders and their best DM in Bentancur, it just proves that Ange Postecoglou is working well. I can't back Tottenham, just me, but more personally, right? Because of what happened last season. I just can't back you. But if you look at the team, actually, you made me believe in. You fell off a cliff for some reason.
Nearly finished behind us.
No, but the thing is, last season, that was rival fans and other people over, exaggerating or over predicting or expecting.
It is not over predicting. In the history of the Premier League, Ange Postecoglou has the best start after what's his name?
That's
Klopp.
fine.
Jurgen Klopp. Second
No, but that's
after
fine.
Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah,
10
he had a
games
great
in.
start.
Okay. You drew
What
2, you
happened
won
after those
10.
10 games? There's
You won
context.
8. I'm sorry.
There's context. No, but there's context because we
There is,
just
but
like
I don't
you
want to
said
go back
with-
to last season. The problem, okay, I don't want to go back to last season. I want to talk this season. Especially, nobody will go to Manchester and collect 7-0 against the 2 Manchester clubs away from them. That's not going to happen, right? We know that. It's not going to happen this season. Nobody's going to do that.
Manchester waves a white flag now, man, indefinitely.
The thing about it is that your target has to be finishing the top 4. That is the only improvement from last season. The only improvement, by the way. You can't tell me that you're going to finish 6 or 7 and Spurs have had a good season because you won Europa League, where no Champions League. Yes, the trophies are the trophies and you need to win Europa League. You need to win Europa League, right? You are the favorites to win Europa League and you should win Europa League. But in the league, you can't tell me that Maresca has more experience than you, right? You can't tell me that Aston Villa, who play Champions League football and don't have a better team than you, should finish ahead of you. Newcastle falling off a cliff. We've seen what happened yesterday. And you can't tell me that Brighton should be ahead of you. So the reality is, on paper, by the way, Jordz, Spurs should be the 4th best team in the league. On paper, you should.
No,
I picked
that's not
Chelsea.
Right. That's new narratives being painted because at the start of the
What do you
season, it was
I had you
Manchester
8.
United and Chelsea. You had us 8 at the start of the season,
Yeah.
right? Because not many people thought Tottenham
Because
had
you are
improved enough in
Spurs.
the summer. No, because not many people thought Tottenham had improved enough in summer to even push on to the top 4. They thought we were going to get worse this season. Also, people expected with Chelsea and their signings, Manchester United and their signings, that they were going to get so much better. Chelsea have improved a little bit. Man United have
I didn't have Man United ahead of you. I didn't have Man United ahead of you.
No, I am not having narratives rewritten. I am not having narratives rewritten. Most, like I'd say 90%
most people had Chelsea above Tottenham.
Most people, no, they did
Yes,
not.
I had Chelsea above Tottenham.
No, most people didn't even. Most people had Spurs in the top 6. There were bare predictions floating about where Chelsea weren't even. Well, we're like, oh, they might make top 10. The overlap did a whole episode where Jamie Carragher was like, why are people even signing for this dead club? It's stupid. They don't know what they're doing. Get rid of them. This, that, another, bloody, bloody, blah.
That's the overlap and stuff. We're talking about David. Everyone we were doing shows with, everyone.
YouTube is bigger than the overlap. We know that for sure.
I forget the overlap. I forget I care about the overlap.
No, fact. In the world.
Everyone that we've been on panels with,
everyone said my club was a mess. I'm not having this. Everyone thought Spurs.
I didn't.
David, I know what you're trying to do. David, I know what you're doing. As a Chelsea fan this season, you've seen your team get a little bit better, and now you're trying to retell the story. Well, this is what Chelsea fans are doing. They're trying to retell the story. They're trying to make it to seem like, oh, we're doing so much better than what people thought we would. No, you're just being right. Chelsea fans, the funniest thing is when people spoke about you being like a small club, you get offended. But when you've got to a decent place again,
we're not
you've been here, bro. You've been here. No, but I like you've been here. You guys are 5th. You're doing decent, but you're not having a good season. Like, this isn't a good season for Chelsea. Yes, your first year under a manager, you've improved in certain places.
Bro, they are on 1 point behind City. They have better offense and defense than City.
Okay, again, Tottenham have a better offense and defense than City. By the stats, it doesn't mean that we've been better. That's my point. Tottenham haven't been that good season. We've been shit this year. But ultimately, and Tottenham has still had the best attack in the league. Is that something to sit here and for me to, wave around? Oh, we've got
100%. 100% you should wave that around. You have the best attack in the league.
No, because my point here is that everything evens out when it gets throughout the season. Just like last year, you saw Tottenham even out. Good start, but you even out throughout the year. Chelsea, on the other hand, I don't think they're that good. As I said, we're in and around the same level. We're both going to be consistent and inconsistent at times, where we're going to drop a lot of points. We're going to go on little 3-4 games runs, and then we're going to drop points 3 or 4 games in a row. But saying Tottenham should finish 4th is just, we're doing too much here. Because so many teams...
You literally, Jordz, just said that they aren't good. Chelsea are not good, okay?
That's my aim. That's my aim. But to say we should be there is just lies because everyone else predicted all these other teams to be better than Tottenham. I heard Aston Villa had a better squad than us at the start of the season.
My parting gift. I've just gone and checked the receipts. Jordz, you predicted that you would finish 4th, and you predicted that we would finish 5th. So you thought you were better than we were at the start.
I predicted us to finish 4th when?
In the group chat. in the big group chat when we had a
Guys
massive.
talking about the bloody
Yeah.
group chat that we
Thank you
just
very much.
fucking-
Parting gift. Au revoir.
Come
I've
on,
got
man,
to
what
go.
are
I
we
was
doing
with
here?
you, Jordz, until then, bro. I was with you until then.
Husam knows what I'm on about. He's talking about the top
Narrative.
6
Bye-bye.
where they just ask for like these random questions. Answer the questions, guys. No context. Just answer your question.
All right. All right.
Come on, man.
I
Yeah,
must say
but
I do agree with Jordz though. Like I don't. If people are saying that they expected.
No, I agree with David. David's right. Listen, the narrative on Chelsea has changed. I can't lie to you. We can't deny this. I said they're finished, they're fucked. I don't know the direction that they're headed in, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's going to be Maresca out in November. It's December and they're above Arsenal. So let's just say it as it is. So
I agree with that, Husam, but I'm saying I don't think it was, even though yes, they're performing better than a lot of people's expectations, but I don't think anyone had. Most people didn't have Spurs finishing above them, though. Because if you look at the end of last season,
I had Spurs
Chelsea
finishing
were on
ninth.
the up, Spurs were.
Same
You
here,
have
7th.
Spurs finishing
Man United
where?
8th and Man United
I
7th.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
Sorry,
Exactly.
Spurs 7th and Man United 8th.
So that adds to George's point, then, right? That you guys didn't expect Spurs to be finished in the top 4. So why is it a failure if they finish fifth?
I
now?
still
But
don't
I don't
expect
think
them to
what's
finish top
changed-
4.
No, I don't think it's a failure. I don't think it's a
my
failure.
problem-
No. Hold on. My expectation does not make it a freaking failure or not. Me sitting here, not expecting Arsenal to win the league, does not make it a failure or not. My expectations does not assign the targets for the football club.
Nah,
I'm just a guy on YouTube. What are we talking about here?
But Mo,
Me
Mo, I'm trying to
expecting Man
get at-
United.
I'm
What
trying
is
to get
this?
at, Mo, is
But you
to
guys didn't
understand
expect us.
what's changed from the start of the season to now for you to all of a sudden say Tottenham should finish 4th is my point. If you didn't
Nothing
expect
changed.
them
You're
to,
still
that's
going to
what I'm
finish
trying to understand.
6th. You're still going to finish 6th or 7th.
Okay,
You think,
but
you think
then
my
said that we
predictions
should
changed?
finish 4th.
Yes.
No, you
Okay.
said we should.
I'm
saying
going to
why
tell you. Okay.
you predict
You-
that to be
okay.
lower.
Arsenal should win the league, right? But Arsenal aren't winning the league. Does that make sense? Me saying that Spurs should finish 4th has nothing to do with my predictions of you finishing 6th. I think under a manager like this, buying a Solanke, you should improve over last season. Maybe that is Europa League win, maybe. But in terms of the league title, I think you should break into the top 4. That is the natural progression of a football club like Spurs. You
You're
should
right.
be. You
No,
want to consider
and
it.
that's what
You
the
should.
goal-
You want to consider yourself a top 6 club. You should, when you finish 5th last season and had that great of a start, you should break into the top 4. That's the natural
No,
progression.
Again,
Because you tell Arsenal every show, well, you came 2nd. What is the progression if you don't win the league? What about you then?
But I'm not sitting here saying that we shouldn't finish 4th. I think my goal and aim is to finish in the top 4 as well as win a trophy. But I just think it's a bit disingenuous when certain fans and a lot of people saying that Spurs should go and do something that they don't believe that they're capable of. That's my point. If someone doesn't believe Tottenham are capable of it, then why should we go do it? Especially come out of a rival fan's mouth. Because I know as a Spurs fan, I should have a high expectation for my team. I do. You guys know that. I don't hold us on a I don't sit here and talk negative about my club. But at the same time, it's just funny coming out of that certain sides from hearing from certain people. Now, obviously, since the start of the season, because I know what I heard at the start of the year. Like I said, 8th, 7th, I was hearing all these crazy things. And now Tottenham should go and do something big. But as we've seen already, what hasn't been mentioned, we're missing Vicario now. We've now got one goal.
How long? They never said how long.
2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months.
Damn.
Oh, you're done, bro. You're done.
So,
Fraser
like,
Forster, you're done.
These are the things that
You're
derailed
finished.
last season.
Why are you laughing, bro?
Derailed-
Why are you laughing at that?
Because they didn't
who's
buy
your
a
backup?
goalkeeper. I'm going to tell you why. Because they didn't buy a goalkeeper. A lot of Spurs fans said Fraser Forster should be let go and we should buy a backup for
Forster,
Vicario. And the club said, no. We're going to target the youngsters in the summer and we're going to keep Fraser Forster as a second goalkeeper. It's a Daniel Levy again. Daniel Levy working magic at Spurs again. They have Fraser Forster as the second goalkeeper.
But do you know what? What that does show is your team's got an attacking problem because you couldn't score against a guy with one ankle for 60 minutes. He played 1 hour with a fractured ankle in goal, and you guys couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. There's definitely some
And
problems
now
there.
let's go to City. Something fishy going with City. 5 losses in a row, BMW, yes. Gang, just before we go on to City, these big games don't get you top 4. It is winning the games with small sides. Spurs can win most of the big 6 games. still not enough for top 4. That is 100% correct.
That's very true.
But that's not only Spurs. Chelsea are doing the same. Brighton will lose games. Newcastle lost to West Ham. It's not only Spurs. Chelsea have fucked up against the Forest and the Palace, and they're gonna fuck up more. So yes, at least Spurs have an edge, to be honest, in the big games. I feel like Spurs can win more big games than Chelsea, to be honest. They have this edge about them for some reason. Whatever that is, it's just they have this.
Yeah, but
edge.
then they
How
lose
you
more
should win
games
the cup.
against the smaller teams.
That is, we'll see that, but I hear your point. Yeah, Spurs will fuck up against the Ipswich, like just as they did. City, though. Bro, what the F? Vator. I got a lot of questions about Pep being stubborn, sticking to the 3-6-1 or whatever formation he wants to do all the time. John Stones is injured again. Can I ask you something for real, Vator? Is it a failure if we finish third this season? Especially considering that Arne Slot didn't have any signings, new team, new manager. Is that a failure for you as a City fan? Don't do 4-peat and we won 4. And I'm talking about this season in isolation, please.
You want to do this season with no context?
Yeah.
So
Hold
this
on.
this
No,
season
no,
with
no.
no context.
No, see, forget context. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No context.
No. It is with context. When we analyze this season individually, you can do the 4-peat and everything. That is not context for this season. By the way, winning 4-peat or losing 4-peat has nothing to do with you losing against Spurs 4-0. That has not, like they didn't step on the pitch thinking we won 4-peat and we won a treble, so we're gonna lose to Spurs 4-0. It doesn't. I don't think the players think about it like this.
No, the players don't think like that. But if you're asking me a question with regards to the Spurs game, I can answer that. If you're then going to ask me the question with regards to the entirety of the season, I, in my opinion, have to reflect on what happened before the start of the season, because it all affects. The same way you want to bring up Liverpool and no signings. It all has its context, right? So this game versus Spurs, unacceptable, unexpected, right? Now, many City fans would have said, the loss? No, George, relax.
It was a
The loss, the loss, I can accept. I can almost expect. I can almost anticipate, because for whatever damn reason, whoever's managing over at Spurs, it's a difficult game for us, home and away. All right, our fans booed our players going down 2-0 to you guys not too long ago. So we have for whatever reason, there's something crazy over there. Now, the reason why I got to bring up this context is because if we happen to finish third in the season, is it a failure? Third place would be a failure. Not winning the season, I can't go that far because of the context. I'm asked. I'm as a City fan, honestly, guys, and it's no digs, it's no slight. All of you, expecting your club to go and win a 5-peat, that's the impossible. Like literally, because again, we did the impossible last season. The 4-peat was an impossibility that we made a reality. So for me to be upset with my club not being able to win the 5th, I can't say that it's a failure, but to finish third because of how good of a squad we are, how good of a club we are, that is disappointing. That would be disappointing. To the same point that you brought up, to finish behind a club like Liverpool, as magnificent as they've been in their glorious history with all of the trophies that they've won, for them to have won to win this season with a first time. Actually, we've seen clubs with a first-time manager win the league before. For them you know what? Actually, I'm talking myself out of this. It wouldn't be a failure.
You kind of are. You're good.
No, it wouldn't be a failure to lose to Liverpool. Like we just mentioned, we got Mo Salah playing at a Ballon d'Or level, like Husam just spoke about. We talked about a Van Dijk. We talked about a Trent. We talked about just the core of what Liverpool are, and you guys would all agree the way they finished last season was disappointing. The start that they had playing under Klopp, to fall off the way they did, that's really not them. Liverpool really weren't that bad of a third place finishing club. So I can't say that it's a failure, but I'm going to have a lot of questions on my board with regards to how do we strengthen, because I've seen this before. I saw it before when we won back to back with Pep the first time around. We had an injury crisis where we had some injuries and we didn't strengthen the way we should have to actually keep in pace with Liverpool. We're repeating history, but this time, instead of it happening after a back-to-back, it's happening after a back-to-back to back to back. So how critical am I going to be on my club after a 4-peat? That's why you're seeing a lot of City fans that are kind of calm with this, but Pep's got to figure this out, because we can't slide. We can't slide any worse than this. We can't continue going on a 5, which we got this 5. Jordz caused this 5 losses on the bounce. I'm playing in the Champions League tonight, and I'm playing in a very, very amazing form Liverpool, which could take this to 6. So I'm more concerned with stopping the bleeding. I'm more concerned with trying to stop this wound from.
It's gonna stop tonight, though. That's the thing.
No. But
yeah,
tonight
you know that they're playing the 5th team in the Eredivisie or the 4th.
Yeah, you're gonna beat Feyenoord. Let's be serious.
That
Yeah,
stops
they're
the
gonna beat
losing. Okay, that stops the losing streak. But honestly, with regards to the Prem losing streak, I don't believe so. I don't believe so.
You don't believe you're gonna get any result out of Liverpool?
We've had better teams go to Anfield and get a draw and take losses there, Mo. We've had
I
better.
believe you're gonna lose the game. Actually, I believe you're gonna lose.
Yeah, I don't think that's an unrealistic.
I think you're gonna be out of the title race. You're gonna be 5th come next week.
I don't think the
they'll draw.
position. I don't think the position takes us out of the title race. I think it's obviously the
You'll
point.
be 11 points. The number 11 points behind Liverpool. You're definitely out of it.
8,
It'll
not
be 8
11.
points. It'll be 8.
Yeah, if they lose to
11,
Liverpool, they're
11.
11
If they lose,
points,
11, yeah.
No,
which is the
no.
more likely outcome.
Oh yeah, no, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right. We're 8 points down right now.
You're 8 points
Yeah.
behind. They're 8 points behind Liverpool already.
Yeah, they're gonna be 11 points. You're out. You're now.
Sam
battling the
cannot believe.
Tottenhams.
Sam cannot believe his luck. He's
But
like,
I'm like Husam though.
I'm 8 points ahead.
Ashraf, I'm like Husam though. Ashraf, I'm like Husam. I won't call this season. I won't call it the title race over until we're 15 points down to Liverpool.
Yes.
Until
yes.
then, I won't do that, because I've seen my club chase down clubs after clubs. Husam, for a very good reason, he won't say he's winning this league until 15 points.
You have
Because
never
we're that
chased a club
dangerous.
from 11 points, Vator. Come on, let's be
No.
honest.
But again, if there's anything that we've done the impossible, Ashraf. We've
Not
done the
11
impossible
points
before.
chased down.
No, but
You
that's
remember when you
because-
played them? You remember when you were 7 points?
What was the
you-
impossible?
I-
I'm
Well,
sorry.
you told me you don't
4-peat.
want to
He
talk-
means the
you don't-
4-peat.
you told me
He
you don't
means
want
the
to talk about
4-peat, yeah.
The 4-peat again.
No,
And
you
I'm-
remember 2019, 2020, you were 7 points behind them. You go to Anfield. You needed to win that game to close it to 4 points. And they beat you and finish off. And that was your coffin that season. And when you fell 10 points behind, you could never catch up. And the gap only got bigger. I think that
Yeah.
the same thing will happen. If they beat you guys this weekend, I think the exact same thing will happen. They will just keep building up the gap.
But
with you
Vator,
guys.
1 second. Ashraf, where are you in this equation?
Good question. I said it before and I'm saying it again.
Watch
Jordz.
Jordz. He's like, all right then.
Yeah,
coming.
Jordz got
I'm here.
Jordz got up like
No.
the Undertaker. He's like, oh, fuck
here,
this
like,
stuff.
I'm here.
Yes, Ashraf.
I'm
Tell us
here.
where you are in this
I'm
equation.
here now.
Your next 4 to 5 weeks. So obviously, regardless of what Liverpool do, we have to win our next at least 7, 8 games in a row, right?
Yes.
And on paper, you can argue we probably can do that. The next 4 to 5 weeks, I look at Liverpool's schedule. They've got City at Anfield, which I don't know. I know people are writing off City, and rightly so, but I have a feeling that's when they would probably do something and get a draw. Maybe.
Have
But
some shame. They lost 4-0 to Spurs at home.
I know that's the only thing that kind of turned me off. Like the 4-0 to Spurs is mad.
They had Brennan
got-
Johnson and Timo Werner running at the defensive
Score.
scoring.
Exactly.
The
Yeah,
other
yeah,
guys have Salah.
You know that's a
Have
goal
some
created
shit.
in the sewages right there.
Have
Timo
some
Werner
shame.
That is
assist
mad.
Brennan Johnson goal. Wallahi, aib.
Wallahi, when I watched
They've-
that goal, I'm like, I couldn't believe my eyes, but wallahi, I couldn't. I'm like, what the
They-
fuck?
So they've got City at Anfield, which, okay, fair enough. Let's say they'll win. They've got Newcastle away, which after yesterday doesn't give me much hope. But again, at St. James Park, regardless, against the big teams, they still perform. They've got Everton away, where they've only won there once in the last 7 seasons. And then they've got Spurs away, which we've discussed them 5 minutes ago, that they are good against the big teams. If Liverpool drop 4 points in those games, and let's say we obviously do our job and win all, and we have 5 points behind them, then I will say, okay, I think we'll win the league. But if that doesn't happen, then I think it's over.
Can I ask George a question? You see, Babs, the last time, he still believed that they should fear City, not Liverpool. You in that boat? At all?
That they should fear City and not Liverpool.
Like Arsenal are still think that City are the main. I'm not sure his takes now after they lost to Spurs, but for the longest time, a lot of Arsenal fans were not worried about Liverpool. By the way, I just did a show 4 days ago, and people still think that Liverpool will fall off, and we should be worried about City more. Arsenal
can't
fans,
lie.
we should be more City more. City.
I've been of the people as well. I did go out there and tweet the other day when they were losing, maybe a bit too soon, that Liverpool are going to drop points. And I said prior, I think Liverpool will drop points soon within the next 4 to 5 weeks. But I still think that Liverpool is the team to fear. You can't. Points on the board is more important than anything. We always talk about games and how points on the board. Points on the board count more than anything. And ultimately, Liverpool got 8 points clear of Man City. That's not including Arsenal. I just think Arsenal, for me, Odegaard coming back's been huge. And if they can go on a run of games where they stay consistent over the next month, then you might see that upturn in form and, you know, that belief that they don't really need to fear Liverpool as much. But Liverpool's the team to fear. They're the team ahead. It'd be silly to try and write them off and be like, yeah, because they've got a new manager and everything. Like me as a fan, this is exactly what I said. They ain't invincible. Liverpool are going to drop points. And I still think they are. I still think over the next few weeks,
make sure to follow Jordz on Twitter, people, as you see.
I'm just not sure if it's going to be enough for the gap to close. I think they might drop points in 2 or 3 games, but then go on another run, as Liverpool do. And I also think it's highly unlikely that the 2-3 games they drop points in are going to be consecutively, because that's very rare. You see Liverpool drop points in consecutive Premier League games. So definitely should be fearing.
Happened last season in the business end, but different season.
I think, to be honest, I think Vator didn't touch enough on the fact that if you lose this league title to a manager that's in his first year, what that does for Pep's legacy is a conversation to be had. It's something that needs to be spoken about.
It does
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Hold on. George,
let me
does it do
get one
more? Does it do more
referring
to Pep or Arteta? Which one do you think is going to be more mudded?
To Arteta, I can hear, but not.
No, definitely. Arteta is more muddied than anyone. With the Pep one, it was more to talk about in the conversations between him and Alex. It's going to be leaning Alex. Like,
no, it's
Alex
not.
What
What are you, George? Normally you talk.
But
about
Sir Alex,
Mourinho.
but he lost. He lost to Mourinho. He lost to
Mourinho
Man City.
How much money?
He lost to
he
Man
didn't-
City in
we're not
2012.
It was a Liverpool team that come in and didn't spend
First
nothing.
year manager.
And
He
when-
lost to
George.
Carlo Ancelotti in 2020.
you.
Carlo
Thank
Ancelotti's
you.
first season, he won the double on him. He won the league and the FA Cup.
First year
Yeah.
managers, George. We're not gonna. You're talking about
Come on,
revisionists.
that's
We're not gonna do that.
ridiculous.
Let's keep the
That's
same energy.
ridiculous.
I just said
If Pep loses,
it will add to that conversation. I never said
it wouldn't add anything,
It's
bro.
not. Yeah,
If
exactly.
Pep loses,
Not
if
that
Pep
much.
loses the
does.
league this season,
does.
and by the way, it's crazy that I have to say if, even though they've been crap, I still have to say if because they still can win it. Maybe not the favorites anymore, but they
Yeah,
can still win it.
Not the favorite.
If Pep loses the league this season, this will be only his 4th league title he's ever lost in his career as a manager from 2009. So how much damage
And
could
you're
this
shaking your
possibly
head,
do to him?
George. George,
I'm
how
not
you
saying it's
shaking
going
your
to
head?
be
Stop
huge
it.
damage, but it's going to add to that conversation. It
No,
will,
it's
because
not.
it's fine margins. It's fine margins in that conversation. And
Listen,
Vator, as a Man City fan, you're going to take offense to it, and you're going to be like, no, this doesn't add to the. But it does. Things like this do add to that conversation. Because wait. The reason why is looking at this league before the season. Yes, we said Arsenal could challenge, but no one even considered Liverpool as being a team that was going to come out and push you guys. No one said that. Let's be honest, no one. Arsenal maybe, but Arsenal still didn't improve enough. City had the best team. You might be missing Rodri, and there is context to add to it. But it's just it does add to that. Like, let's be real. Like, it takes away from the fact that
With all due respect, Alex Ferguson, if I'm not mistaken, did it 3 times. I think Arsene Wenger won in his first year, if I'm not mistaken, with Arsenal.
No. He didn't. He won in
Second.
his
Okay,
second season.
so Mourinho won
Double.
in his first season.
Yeah.
Ancelotti won in his first season with
I think
them.
Ranieri as well. I think.
Yeah.
Ranieri,
no.
Alex Ferguson was not the manager at that time. He was
Oh
not the
yeah.
manager
You're
at
talking about
that
Alex
time.
Ferguson. Yeah, fair.
Alex Ferguson, at least twice. I don't know Mancini. I can't remember if Mancini was the
Mancini won
first,
it.
second.
No,
Yeah.
Mancini was the second season.
Second
Mancini
season.
was the
But
second season.
so
yeah.
Alex Ferguson happened already twice, George.
It was just that same Chelsea team, though. That was that same Chelsea team that just got loaded with money.
And
That's
this
what it was.
Liverpool
Oh
team
my
is
goodness.
absolutely loaded
It's
as well.
stacked. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think.
So
Let's be
so
honest.
here you
They're
go.
not loaded.
Seasons
They're
in a
not loaded
row
with
and
that.
didn't spend last season, George. Liverpool spent 2 seasons in a row. They just didn't happen to spend last season, right?
Yeah.
So we got to put all of this. If you want to do this whole context thing, what if Pep? Okay, let me hear this. If Pep were to win this 5th, and he doesn't win his 6th. There's a point where you can't continue to keep this streak
Yeah,
going.
exactly.
So this is why I don't think you crash it on separating him or dropping him from Sir Alex Ferguson after not winning his 5th Prem. Now this is where I would argue if he happens to if we happen to finish 3rd or 4th, okay, you got some questions because you've then followed up.
Mo asked if you finished 3rd, and it was a big complete failure. And that was
I thought you talked about I thought you said if we didn't happen to win the league, finishing 2nd. My bad.
I think actually, if City finish 3rd, I don't think it matters at all. Again, I actually don't think it matters for Pep, guys. I think it's all about Mikel Arteta. Freaking Pep won a triple and a 4 league titles, guys. Mikel Arteta, if he loses to Arne Slot, after, by the way, he spent in the summer and Arne Slot didn't, I think it tells more about Arteta, not about Pep at all. It's about Mikel Arteta and how he utilizes the team.
More than anything, Mo, at the end of the season, when Mo Arteta doesn't win it, what phase is he going to be in next year? That's exactly what
you know what I want to know? The context. You know the context is going to be there, but we reached the quarterfinal of the Champions League.
No, but realistically, Mo, because it is
from 9. You know, if you go in and lose the league by 3 points, but he brought it back from 8 points behind Liverpool. There's going to be something said.
No, so the thing is, Mo, it depends, right? And honestly, because you know my stance on Arteta, but for me, if you're saying he ends up with like 83 points and Liverpool with 86, 100% that's failure, and he should be criticized. Arteta has put himself in such a situation, unfortunately, because of his last few results. The only context where he doesn't win the league and it's still looked at like, okay, it's fine, that's not that bad, is if he ends the season with like, which is not going to happen now, but let's say if he ends it with like 91, 92 points and Liverpool win it with 94 or 95. That's the only way where he will have some blushes saved, because they'll be like, okay, you know what? He still surpassed last season somehow. But the thing is, he's put himself in such a bad situation now where he's not going to hit 90 points because you've already lost like 2 games and I think we drew like 3 or 4 if I'm not wrong. So you've already put yourself in a very, very difficult situation where you might not get to 90, right? So now you have to go on and win it.
Actually, Husam, yesterday, me and him, when we were doing MHF, we spoke about until January 4th, you should be winning the next 8 games. Like literally just winning the next 8 games. And I think if you win the next 8 games, you put yourself in a situation where you can actually win 16 out of or 15 out of the 16 games you're going to play in the second half of the season. And that would put you at 90 points.
Potentially. Yeah, potentially. But then you're basically saying that from our remaining, how many games have we played so far? 12, right? Or something like that. So, yeah, so you're saying basically from the remaining 26 games, we have to win like 23 or 22. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't even know if City have done that before.
Liverpool have done that.
They did.
Yeah, but that's one season, right?
They won 23 in a row. Or not taking a loss for 23 games.
Yeah. City lost in December and then didn't lose again. Last season.
Yeah. I think not losing is different. You're talking about.
I'm saying winning. I'm saying winning 23 out of 26 games.
I actually think you have to
done
win.
it, then Matt.
Out of the next 26 games, you definitely have to win about 22 games out of them.
Yeah.
Not less. Guys, that's 66 points.
Yeah,
okay, guys, that's 66 points. They are now in 22 points. That gives them to 88 points. It's not even 90 points, right?
Yeah.
That is not even 90. If they win 22 games, that's not even 90 points. It's not.
It's not. Yeah.
No, it's not crazy to think that they have to win this amount of games.
They know it's a high expectation for them. And the one thing Arsenal fans do is seek validation, avoid expectation. They don't want to put that expectation on the team because they know that they can't do it. That's what it is.
Oh, they can do it. A lot of Arsenal fans say they can do it.
Yeah, exactly. I disagree. A lot of Arsenal fans are actually Nemi, and I think a bunch of guys in most channels. Like last time, we were arguing about how we can still win the league.
You haven't done a show with Nemi, the twin of Thomas Partey. You haven't done a show with Nemi. Oh my God!
By the way, I don't think it's impossible to say that we can win it. We can, but I think we've just made it incredibly hard for ourselves. That's the only thing.
He thinks Arsenal are favorites still to win the Premier League. It's something like that. But that's different.
Also, Arsenal fans are
in the next 7 games, if Arsenal drop points once, it's over. Alas.
Yeah, but then we have to reverse it, Husam. If we win our next 10 games then what happens? Are we suddenly
It depends on Liverpool. It depends on Liverpool then.
I'm saying the next 7 games, the easy games, the Ipswich, the Brentford, the blah, 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 Man United even, I include that in the easy games. You have to win, bro. Alas, there is no more
100%.
Like,
Really?
because at the start of the season, it was, oh, Liverpool have played no one, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now your turn to play the no ones. If you drop any points against the no ones, then you're in trouble.
Yeah,
You should
listen.
win.
I will say, Ashraf, I might have a favor or two at your White Hart Lane, innit? December 22nd. I might.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm
make
hoping
any
for.
promises, though.
Shiver me
If you-
timbers, Fraser Forster in goal. Wow.
Fraser
scared.
Fraser Foster is
Aye,
mad. I'm
you're coming
sorry.
for
bro.
Kelleher in January, man. I'll take Kelleher in January in a heartbeat. Aye.
Kala, you think
think
Liverpool
Kelleher
are selling you Kala in January?
He surpassed the requirements, man. They've got Marmadashvili
Kelleher's
coming.
better than Vicario.
No way.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
It's good goalkeeper.
Yes, he
Very good.
is.
He's not.
He's definitely better than Vicario. Vicario's
Mario's
all right.
really good. He gets underrated because he's bad at saving crosses. But every goalkeeper has a weakness. That's just his, man.
That's true.
All right. Listen, people. I want to thank everyone that joined us, of course, here. Guys, can we get to 300 likes? We still have 700 people here. Durag Diaries, Jordz channel in the description. He goes live every day. And Vator is going live right after this. Vator games in the description as well. He's going to talk about City and everything. So, guys, go and support Vator, of course, on his channel, Vator Games. Of course, Don Husam's channel is in the description. Ashraf, who does a lot of watch-alongs as well for Arsenal lately. To do that. Go support the guys. Go support everyone, guys. But this one is going to take you to MHF, where me and Husam are going to talk about. Kind of expect. Husam doesn't know what we're talking about, actually. So I'm going to get a surprise for him. He has no idea. But it's going to be an interesting show, actually, on that one. So hit that like button, people. Support the guys. All the channels are in the description. The great show. We're doing a reaction tonight with Dio, Gona Souls, Luke, City fan as well. So we're doing a lot of work lately after the games tonight when Inter, Man City, and Arsenal play. I will see you guys soon. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. And go support MHF. Like the video there. Stay with us. Entertainment never stops. We'll see you guys soon. We're out of here, people.